also at Sutter Creek Gallery. This is Wendy Rogers.
Good morning.
And I'd like to introduce everybody to her.
Hello.
And Wendy, I understand that you gave Sandy Campbell the 30-day challenge.
Yes, that was really a fun thing to do. I ran across it online. One of my Bay Area art friends was involved in it, and she encouraged me. And we started on January 1st. And part of the thing is, once you display your work, you're supposed to encourage other artists, invite other artists to join. So I have a whole group of friends here that are on Facebook that I could, count on to put their work in. And it actually worked out really well. It's fun to blast Facebook with artwork because there's so much negativity on, it's really a neat thing to be able to manage your Facebook so that you get that sort of input, and it's a lot more fun.
It sure was a lot of fun to see all the artwork. I think by the time, I think you gave me the challenge or something, but I think you gave me a different challenge.
Oh, the post 5 paintings or 3 paintings a day for 5 days. Yes. That was fun too.
Yes.
And I think the point is to encourage people to post their artwork so people can see what they're doing. And the 30-day challenge was really intriguing because I'm a full-time worker.
Oh.
And for me to carve out time every day to do this is a really big deal. And so what I would do is scurry home and eat my dinner and dive in. And when you have those kind of time limitations and you're doing something creative, you don't have time to worry about the small stuff. You just have to get down to basics and really just load in and do it. And so it was really fun. And I didn't do 30 pieces, but I did paint every day for 30 days, and it was wonderful.
Kind of hones your skills,
yes,
doesn't
it really does, and it forces you to use your time very wisely, which I'm not very good at.
I wouldn't say that. This looks like you've used your time very wisely.
Thank you.
What what medium do you mainly paint in?
I'm a watercolorist. I like watercolors. I love the transparency of watercolors. I love working on paper specifically. I've painted with other mediums, and this just really strikes a chord with me. There's something about what I can achieve in watercolor that I can't do with other mediums. And so that's just, I think it's just because I found my niche and it's what I do, and now I'm going for it. But
well, they say you have to specialize to be good at anything, but
well, you have to work at it.
Yeah.
It's work, and I think that's what people who aren't artists don't understand about art, is that it isn't just about making a pretty picture. It is really about creating something that comes from your soul and then being able to share it.
right,
That's kind of the hard
because it
part.
wouldn't exist without you.
That's exactly right.
Yes. Is there any one of your paintings here that you're displaying that you would like to talk about?
My most recent piece, I think, and it's this one right here.
You want to lift it out of there?
I'll lift it out.
Great.
I'll put it up here with my cards. This is a piece that I just finished night before last. This
I saw that online.
Yes. This is a picture of almond blossoms from my tree in my yard, and I saw these. It was a very cold day, but it was very still. And when I'm taking reference shots, I find that I'm not a very good photographer. So when I do capture something that is intriguing light-wise and shadow-wise, then I'm just driven to paint it. And this, I used some techniques that I learned from another local artist who is Jeannie Vauden.
Oh, I love Jeannie.
I love Jeannie. She's amazing, and I just really enjoyed taking her class and learned so much from her. One of the things that she does with her backgrounds is she opens up little areas of light where you can see I've gone back in and scrubbed little areas out so that it looks like there's sparkles coming through the background. And I call those Jeannie's fairy lights.
Yes, they do look like Jeannie's fairy lights.
Yes, they do. So I'm hoping I can get this frame today, or at least order the frame for it. So this will be ready to go. I've got a couple shows coming up that might be interesting to enter this into, so I'm looking forward to that.
Well, I'm sure it'll win something. It's really nice.
Thank you.
And I see you do some outdoors things. I know
Yes.
snow is very hard to do. Snow is white,
Yes.
but it doesn't, but you don't always use white for
I
snow,
don't
right?
know. And you know, it's a fun thing about watercolor, again, is the transparency that you get from it. And you have to be careful which blues that you use or sedimentary colors because they dull your light. But when you have that down, it's a little bit easier to be more spontaneous. And that's a print of one of my most recent paintings that I did. The original is on Yupo paper.
Oh,
So Yupo is that plastic paper.
Oh, yeah, that's
And-
hard to work on.
Oh my gosh, but it's so much fun.
Yes.
Because you get all kinds of interesting shapes and you know, you don't have a lot of control over what you're achieving, but I think that's part of the beauty in it. This small seascape that's down below, I also
I
did
was
that
gonna
on
ask
Yupo.
you about that.
That's
Yes.
Yupo.
Oh, my.
So now Yupo is not something I ever tried until just the last couple months. But the reason that I started doing that is because my friend Melissa here and my friend Judy,
Yes, Judy Day.
Judy Day teaches it. And they always brought in these pieces that I thought, wow, how do they do that? And I was so intrigued. And they said, oh, this is just because it's on Yupo. And it's you know, that's what this is. So I decided one day I was going to be brave and try it. And I'm not kidding you, I have fallen in love with this thing because you have to paint very flat because your water tends to run around on you. But I have learned to embrace it and I love it. That piece was also on Yupo.
Oh, that's really amazing that you could get the transparency of the water with the paint that's
Mm-hmm.
floating around everywhere and some defined lines
Yeah.
like that. That's incredible.
The wave lights in the wave, I actually lifted out.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's fun. You do that with a damp brush and a tissue. And man, that's a fun thing to do too. And you can fix boo-boos that way too. So
Yeah,
that
we
makes it
always
really
want to
nice.
find a way to do that.
Yes.
And tell me a little bit about these two guys down there.
Oh, those are soccer pals. So I have Melissa, my friend here, who is my neighbor in Fiddletown, has
Melissa
a friend.
Doyle?
Yes, Melissa Doyle. She has a friend named Penny Nurse, and Penny and I met on Facebook because she's friends with Melissa. Well, Penny is a fabulous photographer. She is a travel agent by trade, but her photography is unbelievably good. And these are little neighbor kids.
Oh.
And she would live next door to them, and she would go to the soccer games with them. And the little guy in the red's name is Chase, and that's her little neighbor boy. And he was just so adorable. And I saw this picture, and I almost named it Seafood because it's obvious to me that he's showing his food to that other kid. So I love to inject humor into my work, and I love to do portraits.
Oh.
So I don't do a lot of them right now, but I have in the past done almost exclusively portraits. And they
that's
satisfy
interesting.
something. I think it's that connection you make with the people who love these people that you're painting.
Yes.
I think that's what it is. I recently did a commission for one of my friends at work, and it was a painting of her stepfather,
Uh-huh.
who has recently passed away,
Oh.
and her son, who they're fishing together. They're in a boat, and we did this beautiful scene with Les and Christopher in a boat, and they're fishing, and they're turned with their backs to each other, and it turned out fabulous. I'm really happy, and everybody who saw it just loved it and touched
Do you have
a
a
lot
copy
of people.
of that here?
I don't have it with me
Oh,
today. It's
okay.
on my photographers today.
But all of the pictures that you have showing right here are for sale, correct?
Yes, everything I have here is for sale.
Okay. And I see you have some cards,
I
too.
sell cards, I sell prints. I actually make enough on my cards and my prints to buy supplies. So it's a really good thing for me to do that. It takes
Yes.
a little extra work, but it's really worth it. In the long run, it's really worth it.
Yes.
So it's fun.
It's always good to be able to buy supplies.
It is, and I'm kind of an addict. So I have a lot of supplies. But it's also an affordable way for people to enjoy artwork that maybe couldn't afford to buy an original, but they want something colorful for their walls. And you could frame a little card like this and hang a couple. And I have purchased many, many pieces of my friends' prints from the gallery here, and I will take them home and I will frame them and hang them, and they're just precious. And I love buying other artists' work. It's just really special.
Yes, I do that too.
Do you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's very enjoyable.
Oh, it makes me feel good when I
It
look at them.
does, because you know the artist.
Yes.
So it's more
a very
special.
personal connection. Yes. Now, I see some things hanging here. Do you also make pendants?
Oh, yes, I make those pendants. So these are actually, this is kind of a funny thing. My husband collects old yardsticks, okay? And so he cut up a bunch of these little yardsticks for me one day. He says, can't you do something like put a little painting on these and sell them? And he's bless his heart. He just really wants to help me out. So I put a little print from my computer, and I kind of decoupage it on there so that it's glossy and shiny and looks cute. And I've sold a ton of those little images. They're really fun. I wear these all the time.
They are fun.
I have one that I made of goats, and I wear that one.
The goats.
The goats.
Yes. Goats are fun.
They are fun.
Well, thank you so much
Thank you for coming.
letting us interview you
This
today.
has been very fun. I appreciate this opportunity, and
Yeah.
I hope people will come and visit Sutter Creek Gallery and see what we do here, and be inspired to maybe try something new.
Well, that's great. Thank you.
Thank you.